So, awesome leg day today for this 63-year-old. My new workout strategy is less volume, higher intensity, and that's what I'm doing today on my leg workout. So I want you to stick around for a few minutes and I'll show you what I'm up to. Let's go do it. Hey gang, welcome back to Mark 60 Plus Fitness Journey. Okay, today is leg day. It's been a long time since I've done a workout video, and what better way to jump back into it than a leg day. Now this was a different version of what I've done in the past. It's going to be a lower volume, higher intensity workout. So let's get right at it, hop into the gym, and I'll show you what I did. Let's go do it. Alrighty, first things first, I am at a different gym than my normal gym because this one is a little more camera friendly, so I can hopefully get my workout recorded. So let's hop in here and see if we have some success today. Alrighty, so I have been to this gym a couple of times, and I do remember this cool little hack squat machine tucked away back in the corner that I'm going to use today for the core of my leg workout today. So that's where we're going to be for a little bit to start out. And I'm going to start out, as everyone should, with some proper warming up. Now I have to admit, this is one of the aspects of working out that I tend to overlook. I don't warm up properly. I'm trying to rectify that, and I think I've done pretty well in the most recent history here. So I got about 4 sets of warm-ups in, which is a total of about 20 reps. Enough to get the blood flowing and feel it in the quads, but not enough to really impact the working sets. So as I'm continuing my warm-up here, I want to discuss what I mean by my working sets. With this new lower volume, higher intensity workout, what I'm doing is effectively just warming up properly, getting the blood in the legs in this case, and what I want to do is one big core set. And today I'm going to do that here on this hack squat machine. And my goal is to find a weight that gets me to about 12 reps at failure. Failure at 12 reps. And the good thing about this warm-up is it'll let me see what that weight might be, and in particular on this machine, since it's kind of unfamiliar to me, I get a feel for what's going to be a proper weight to get 10 to 12, hopefully 12 reps to failure. So that's, like I said, that's about 20 good reps of warm-up, so I'm ready to jump right into this core set. Now, as I said, I'm not really used to this machine. It feels pretty good. I can go pretty deep with it. So this is my core working set to failure. And my goal, as I mentioned, is to get 12 reps at failure. And as I got into this, I was thinking, okay, this is a pretty proper weight. I'm going to be able to get 12 reps here, or I should be able to squeeze out. It's going to be tight, but I'm still going to get the very intense set in that I want. It turns out, though, that this particular set, I kind of flamed out at 11 reps, but I'm okay with that because it was still very intense. Now, in retrospect, I'm pretty certain I could have squeezed out one more rep there at the end, but I was struggling so with the mechanism to lock it, I was afraid to get too far into it and not be able to recover. So this core set of 11 reps to failure left me pretty smoked, which is exactly what I was looking for. So that was a good start right there. Okay, so to this point, we've got one good core working set under our belt. My legs are feeling it, and they're ready for a little bit more. So we're going to move on to my second core working set, and that's going to be these single leg isolations. And I'm going to choose to do these on this same machine here as a matter of convenience. Again, one set, and hopefully with a weight that'll get me to about 12 reps to failure. I like these single leg isolations because, oddly enough, I can isolate each leg, and in particular my left leg, because it's lagging my right a bit. So I like to give it some specific attention when I can, and I think these single leg isolations do that perfectly for me. And to be honest with you, what I did here, I actually gave my left leg a second set of about 5 reps. So, but we're still going to call this 2 real working sets to this point, and each one was 1 set to failure of about 12 reps. So moving along pretty well here, and believe me, my legs are feeling it right now. When I walked over to this leg press machine, I was shaking a bit, which brings me to the third core working set, which is going to be this leg press. Again, I'm going to do single leg isolations. This may seem very similar to what we just did, but I feel like this leg press hits my glutes a little bit better, or a little bit more, so I like this machine. And again, I'm going to pick a weight that's going to get me to about 12 reps to failure with 1 good working set. Now, I've been using this same lower volume, higher intensity approach for about, I don't know, maybe 8 weeks now. And it crosses over to all my other workouts as well. And I have to tell you, I do feel I get the work. I don't feel like I'm cheating myself at all, and it eliminates my propensity for overwork. And if you've been hanging around with me for a while, the last couple years, you know that I tend to do a lot of work, and I think it was counterproductive for me. Particularly for older guys, you got to have room for recovery. And I'm one that likes to stay in the gym, so I want to get back in there. But when I get back in there, I want to be fully recovered and ready to do some work that's not going to be counterproductive. So that's my goal. And I think this is working well for me. All right, so now we're moving on to our 4th core working set of leg day today, and that's going to be leg extensions. Now, the one difference here is I'm going to do this leg extension core working set to failure on using a drop set. And as I remember, this drop set ended up being about 25 reps. And I kind of do this by feel. And I like to do leg extensions at the end because I think it's a really good finishing exercise, and it's a burner, so it's a nice way to finish up. I also like to mention that I don't do, you might have noticed, I haven't done any hamstring work. My hamstring work I do on a different day. I do that on shoulder day now, believe it or not. So we'll touch bases on that later too. So there it is, leg day, quad centric. And believe me, when I left out of there today, my legs were quivering and it felt really good. It's just enough work to stimulate the growth, I hope, and not so much that I cannot recover for the next session. And by the way, I'll talk about this more later too, but my current theory is 4 days between sessions. So every 5th day I'll do leg day, for example. And so far, as I said, the last 8 weeks I've been doing this, it's felt pretty good, and I felt fully recovered, so I'm digging it. Let me know what you think. All right, so there you go. Pretty good leg day today, and thank you very much for joining me. And like I said, all of my workouts now are going to be kind of follow this format: less volume, higher intensity. And I believe this is going to leave me more room to recover. I think in the past, as I said before, I had a tendency to overwork, and 63 now, so I got to be a little more careful. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to document this, and I think it's going to work. If not, we'll adapt. Again, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, or useful input, please leave them in the comments. And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Love to have you here. More to follow. Happy to be back on the horse here after about a year off. And thank you very, very much for joining me today. With that, I'll just say, till next time, go get 'em. Mark out.